Hi, everybody. Grady Polson. Welcome to the America Agency. Hello, everybody. Grady Polson here. Welcome to the America Agency call. So excited to be on here with so many of you. The call today is, and I say this a lot, but I think the bar just keeps getting raised. But if the bar gets raised higher than what Tre Howe is doing, we're gonna have to start testing people for steroids when they sell insurance. There's no limit to what is there. There is, you'd think there is a limit. But Tre Howe has done over 100,000 issue paid 2 months back to back, building an agency on track, already blew past VP, on track to do 1, 2, maybe even end with over 3 million issue paid as an agency this year alone. And he's just recently partnered up with us, working with Morgan Rose now and Ryan Manrique, soon to be Morgan Manrique, so I like to call her that. But so excited for today's call. Tre's gonna light it up. Absolutely phenomenal producer, phenomenal leader, builder, communicator, etc. And the word tracks which he's gonna share with you today are going to be ones that you will write down and reflect on, reference, and use from this day going forward. So my advice to you is to do something like this. Get in a place where you can focus, where you can listen, and then the next step would be invite people on. I always say a party is more fun with more people. And what's great about this right here is it's live, it's free, and all you got to do is share this link, join America Live with anyone in your group chats, your WhatsApps, your Telegrams, your GroupMes, your Slacks, your Discords, your Snapchats. If you're a girl, I don't know any dudes that Snapchat. That would be weird if you do. But going on, invite them to come on and say, there's a guy that's made over $100,000 a month for the past few months, and he's going to share what he's doing. Would that interest some people? Do you know some people in your world that may or may not be looking to make more money? Invite them on a training call like this, where they can learn from the people doing it and then make the decision for themselves. Is this something that I want to do? That's the problem with most people, is they think for other people. And we barely even think for ourselves. So stop thinking for other people. Just invite them on, let them get the information, and let's grow together. And they can decide if they want to evolve, grow, and develop into what ultimately they do want to become, but maybe just haven't been given the opportunity. So today's a day, a great call. Tre's going to absolutely light it up. I can't wait for you to meet him. But that's what we've got coming up. So join America Live, share it, invite people to come on. Excited for the call. While we're rolling, drop in the chat where you're joining me from. Love to say hi to a few of you. Got some information to rip through right now, and we'll get that started right now. But then Tre will be on here in just a few minutes. But join America Live, share it out, and let's get going. First thing we want to talk about, Instabrain, one of our favorite new carriers we've had come on. Jade, take a picture when you can and send it to Matina. Just let her know we love her, and David Racich and all the people over there. But Instabrain become one of our new favorite partner carriers. And what I mean by that is that we've got other carriers that have a digital presence, which allow you to market a website virtually and share your link to customers and sell insurance without having to talk to the clients, which is very challenging, very difficult. Direct to consumer doesn't work really, because insurance is a product that needs to be talked about, right? You have to feel a little bit about what would happen, God forbid, if I passed away yesterday. What would Chantel and my 4 kids do today? That would be a sad thing. I'd be dead, and my wife would no longer have help with dinner, diapers, and taking out the trash. She'd have a boatload of money, but she'd be sad. She wouldn't have me anymore. That's some things you got to talk about. Now, I joke about it, but at the same time, you know, my buddy Joe Miller said one time, I Googled it, we're all going to die. And so I've said that line many times with clients. And when I think about that, I think about that the carriers that are creating new forward-leading digital products are great, but one of the best ones we've found now, which is why we partner with them, why they become a carrier of ours, is Instabrain. They've got an accidental, they have a final expense that they're building right now for us, should be out within weeks. They have a guaranteed issue final expense, and they have a regular term and living benefits. And they just came out this product, a pure term, 50,000 to a million, simplified issued, no medical, no questions, instant issue immediately at the end of the app, table A or table standard or preferred, all the way to table D, daily commissions, and you can pay with check, account, and or credit card. So just a great additional product to fall back on. Yes, we love Americo. Yes, we love Mutual. Yes, we love AMM. I love NLG. I love F&G. I love all our main carriers, but sometimes we got clients that are a little finicky and they want to do it themselves, or they want to see it. They want to input the banking information themselves. They want to input the social themselves. Well, InstaBrain allows you to do that. InstaBrain is a marketing company that is partnered with Fidelity Life, a top tier billion-dollar life insurance company. So the marketing arm. So this is another product we have access to in our virtual digital way at which we sell insurance at the incredibly high level we do right now, which I'm going to show you some numbers in just a second. So if you didn't know, now you know. If you're not contracted with them, hit your upline, hit your contracting manager, ask for it. Great product, great carrier, great people there. And another great reason why you work at FFL, because we are the best business ever. So moving on. September. Can we talk about September without getting? I'm running out of adjectives. I've got to get a thesaurus in like German or something now to start thinking of different ways to say amazing, incredible, and awesome. And I don't know any German words, so I'm not going to go down that right now. But what I do know is it's 16,082,350 dollars were paid out to our 2,141 agents in our agency alone. FFL America, the America agency. It's absolutely incredible. Just literally our biggest month ever by a million. And in coming out of summer, when people are on vacation, kids are out of school, people are distracted. We had events, we have all kinds of things going on. Tariffs. There's tariffs, but somehow we sell insurance. And, that's what's incredible about this opportunity, is that when you find great agents that care about their great clients, you can make some incredible things happen. And I often talk with like Andrew or Nina and Hayden leadership about this, is that last month, I believe we did around 15 million. And this past month, September, we closed out at 16 million. Just incredible. But what I want you guys to understand how significant this is this isn't like reoccurring expenses. We don't run a SaaS company here. These aren't Netflix automated subscriptions. This is brand new leads, brand new clients, sold brand new policies, and brand new insurance was put in force, which yielded brand new commissions. That's what's so remarkable about what we do here, is that we go out each and every month. The month closes 30th, 29th, 29th, if it's a leap year, 30th, 31st. And on the 1st, our bag is empty. There's no berries. There's no meat. And I got a new dull knife. Am I going to sharpen my knife up and go out and hunt? Am I going to go forge some new bullets in my armory and go out there and hunt for my family? Or am I going to stop? And that's what's intense and difficult, but it's also something that I welcome each and every month and each and every week, that our business affords us the right to go out there and get after it. So incredible job. I don't know if you notice who the number one producer is on this list right here. Am I pointing the right way? I'm right here. Can I get it? The number one producer right here, Tre Howe, coming on in just a minute or two. We'll have him on in a second. So if you haven't shared the link, Join America, a lot of people to come on and learn from the number one producer out of 2,141 agents. I'd encourage you to do so, but congratulations to everybody. It takes 27,000 issue paid to make it in the top 100 now. Absolutely remarkable. Literally, we're just about have 100 Hall of Fame producers. So to see these numbers continue to scale, continue to grow, and you guys going out and starting at zero each and every month, I could not be more proud. I could not be more proud of the company that I'm a part of and the people that have selflessly decided to give themselves over to their clients, to give up time, give up things with their family, give up opportunity, and to put themselves in a position where they go, I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to beat a different drum, and I'm going to go make it happen. We're a company that does that and supports it, and I couldn't be prouder. So incredible job in September. I'm gonna get a new thesaurus, and I'm going to find new words to start describing amazing, incredible, and so proud. But that's just what it is. Incredible to see $16 million. Jade and I were reflecting when she joined me 6 years ago. The first month she worked with me, FFL America, the America agency, we did $80,000 in that month. And now, and just unreal, guys. I don't know what the multiple is on it. Someone drop in the multiple, what the math is from 80,000 to 16 million. What is the growth on that? There's something, I'd buy that stock again. That's like NVIDIA, right? That's Google stock in the 80s. So great job, everybody. Beyond proud. Let's keep rolling. Couple more updates. Top 20 managers for September. Incredible job, everybody. Great to see some new faces on here. Great to see the growth that people are happening. I always challenge managers. I say your goal is to find a target on this list and run like heck to pass them. And not because you want to see them fail, but because you want to see yourself grow. And we become more when we challenge ourselves with a task or something we're going after. The only goal is for us to grow as people, to evolve, to develop, to mature. And that's what something like this. So, I mean, we'd have a leaderboard with 100 plus names if we did everybody that was VP and up. But we kind of drew the line somewhere at 20. So great to see Elizabeth on here, new faces. Miles on here, Javier, brand new name on here. Kyle Yee, great job, crushed it. Ignite. Luis Cabrera, new guy out of him and his partner. I met him. They're great guys. Caden Land, Nicolette, John Egan, John Rent. Oh my God. John Rent's been on this like for 5 months, already doing 725,000. He's about at Hall of Fame agency in 5 months. Go find yourself some more John Rents. Derek Thrasher doing fantastic. Jacob Gardner, Christo Bolger, Blake Davis, Ryan and Morgan Manrique. Incredible month. Colton Collins, Digna De Leon Morris. We were looking at her numbers. She's grown something like 500% since convention. And we'll talk about convention here in a second. I think she was doing about 300,000 at convention in March. And just this past month, her agency issued 1.6 million. Incredible month. Caitlin Gardner, 2.1. Marissa, incredible, 2.4. Jay Masca, 7.7. And then the king and the queen themselves, Nina and Hayden, about $13 million. So guys, an incredible month. So much growth, so much possibility, so much potential, but it's all because you make the decision each and every day to get out there and get after it. And if you haven't yet made the decision to get out there and get after it, let today's call be your wake-up call. Let Tre's words, let Tre's story inspire you to make a change, to find something inside of you to go and run after it as hard and fast as you can. A couple more updates. I keep saying that. I'm like the news right now. So here's the corporate. These numbers are actually wrong. And I apologize for putting wrong numbers up on the screen. But Sean sent us a voice note yesterday and said they reran the numbers. And FFL in September did $65 million. $65 million just this past month of September. And we've already started October with 22 million issue paid. So incredible job with everybody. Moving on, growth right there. You can see the growth, 57, 50, 52, 49, 57, 65, over $480 million issued as a company so far, 14,000 total agents. Just incredible numbers, guys. So as we round out this call and bring on Tre here in just a minute, final updates. Convention is coming 95 days away. If you joined us at Ignite, you know how incredible an event that was. We had over 2,800 people show up in Palm Beach, Florida. Absolutely tremendous event. And coming up now, we have our annual convention. Get registered, fflconvention.com. We do 3 events. Like there's a lot of companies that'll make you show up to a training on a Tuesday night, make you show up and pay for a training on Saturday, do monthly meetings and pay for them, do quarterly meetings and pay $1,000 for them. We don't do any of that nonsense. We're not trying to turn agents into profit centers. Our only goal is to turn our agents into profitable agents. And we can't do that without training you. And our obligation is to do it at the highest level possible. So if you join us at either of the 2 Ignites, incredible. You know how we put on great events. Convention's not going to disappoint. But on top of that, the convention has like some incredible keynote speakers. I'm going to miss one, but I believe Barbara Corcoran, Bethany Frankel, ladies are coming out. Who's Muhammad Ali's daughter? Muhammad Ali's daughter. Her name is Talia? Mia? I don't remember. What? Alea? She's a rock star. She's a boxer as well. She's a phenomenal person. Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my favorite business people, and a couple others. I don't remember this one. I think Dave Anderson. But just like, I mean, we're talking about growth, right? Personal growth, mental growth, etc. And that's what our convention does. Get yourself registered. Get there. If you need help, reach out to your leadership. We'll help you get there. It is that important. So, and finally, last thing, we're already, I believe, how many days are left? 21 days left, 3 weeks left. Get yourself a free $1,000. Get yourself into Integrity Connect. It's linked in your back office on the dashboard. Go quote and start 10 applications, and they're going to pay you $1,000. Already have people getting emails from corporate asking for their bank account and routing number to get their free $1,000 by using Integrity Connect. Why are they doing this? Well, Integrity has spent nearly $100 million developing the pinnacle irony, the pinnacle tool to sell more, quote faster, get better underwriting guidelines, and get into the apps quicker. It is absolutely fantastic product. And what I would encourage you to do is use it, take advantage of it. It's free, comes with a phone number. You can text from it. You can send email reminders, all kinds of things. And all of your past clients will be uploaded into it. It's an incredible product. Every single day, week, and month, we're tracking the numbers. There's more and more and more agents using it because it's free. And I love all the tools that are out there that cost money. I love them. But when you got a free tool to start, especially if you're a new agent getting started, and especially if you're a new agency manager or you're an agency manager, our goal is to get agents into something, confident with it, quoting, figuring out quotes, seeing what carriers are available, seeing the numbers available, seeing how underwriting works, learning about diabetes, all the things that we're trying to learn about as new agents. And Integrity Connect does that at such a high level for free with so much training, so much support. And all they got to do is get in there, run 10 apps before November 14th, and they'll be paid on November 21st, $1,000 free. So without further ado, thank you. Okay, final commercial before we bring Trey on. I'm telling you, this is a call you're going to look back on and go, I didn't know my hand could write so fast. That's what you're in for right now. So join America Live, take the link, group chats, WhatsApps, Telegrams, Discords, all the places where you've got people on your team. Say, Grady's done talking and Trey's about to start. Join us now. You're going to love this guy. And then maybe send it to 3, 4, 5 people that you would like to introduce to our business and that may or may not be high performers, right? Because the best people are already doing something. Say, hey, there's a guy about to talk about how he's making $100,000 a month selling life insurance. This may or may not be for you. I don't know, but maybe hear his story and let's talk after. Who's going to do it? Who's not going to do it? I don't know. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to message a few people and invite them on and cheering you on. So, all right, without further ado, let me get a sip because I need more caffeine. And we'll bring on Trey right now. There he is.
What's going on, Grady? How are you?
I'm fantastic, bro. How are you today?
Man, I'm good. I've been over here smiling the whole time watching you do your thing. I'm like, this guy, I see why you do what you do.
Got it, man. Hey, well, let me give you the proper intro and then let's get rolling. So, hello, everybody. Grady Paulson. Welcome to the American Agency Call. I am so excited today to have Tre Howe on with us. He is joining us live from Tampa by way of Dallas. And he also is an Eagles fan with a 15-year-old baby boy, and he writes $100,000 a month. I've had the pleasure of getting to know of him and recently get to know him more. And Morgan and Ryan couldn't speak higher of you, but it doesn't matter how high they speak of you. It matters how well you perform. And to see your performance just coming into FFL and hitting the cover off the ball, back-to-back 100K months, issue paying, great business, learning about how to make your business even stickier and even better. Dude, I'm just so excited for this call because that's what we try to do. Let's find out. Let me back up. That's what's great about FFL is that a guy like you who goes, I'm killing it. And maybe in your mind, you're like, I'm not even killing it yet. But in a lot of people's mind, you are killing it. But I'm confident enough in myself. I'm confident enough in the opportunity. And I know how big this insurance world is, how many clients are out there that I'm happy to share what's working for me. And hopefully it'll help some other people. So drop a 1 in the chat below if you're excited to grow and get better today. And without further ado, Tre, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm great. No complaints at all. I'm excited to be here.
Well, and I'm excited you're on here too. It seems like you like shoes.
Yeah. I purposely did that on purpose. So yeah, I'm a sneakerhead. Well, back in the day, I was. A lot of my exclusives is more so in the room. But this is just like my man cave over here.
I love it, bro. Well, good. Well, so what I want people to do is to, meet you. How'd you find insurance? How'd you find us? What have you been doing? Give us some backstory, some, ups and downs. Were you always this suave? Did you take some courses? Like, how did you become you? And then, then we'll jump into like some sales scripts, what you're saying, et cetera. But I want people to know some backstory so they can go where they can find some relatability with you.
Yeah, no, 1,000%, man. My backstory is, I mean, it would take all day, but I'm not gonna do that, right? Like we got to be respectful of everybody's time. But long story short, I probably lived in almost every city that you could possibly think of. And most people ask me, they'd be like, "Well, are you like a military brat? This and that?" I'm like, "Nah, none of that." Like my mom, she was actually. She was like the head saleswoman or whatever it was, like the person that would go to different Sephora's all across the country back in the day and would literally open up new stores all across the country. And so we used to always have to move. But I like to say I'm from Texas. I was born and raised in Arkansas, though. And yeah, I mean, when I went to college and played college basketball out in Nebraska, and I know another state, pray for me, but yeah, like, I went out and played college basketball in Nebraska. I got a degree in sports marketing, got a minor in kinesiology. My mom was a PT at that time, and so she wanted me to do physical therapy, but it wasn't even like 2 weeks into that semester, my freshman semester, I was like, this and basketball don't mix together. I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna just take an easier route. So ended up just focusing in on that. Graduated college back in 2017, and when I graduated, was blessed with the opportunity to continue my talents a little bit further over in Barcelona, Spain, playing basketball. And so had a phenomenal time over there. Probably the best 6 months of my life. Once I ended up doing that, I came to a realization pretty quick because I was always brought up that, you want to go to college. Once you go to college, you get a degree. Once you get a degree, you go get a job. Once you go get a job, you work your way up until you get to the position that you want to, right? And so I knew pretty early, Grady, that there was only going to be, one LeBron James out there. So my career probably wasn't going to last as long as I would want it to. So ended up coming back pretty quickly. And when I came back, the first thing I did, I actually moved to Dallas, Texas with my mom, and I stayed there for like 2 weeks. And she was telling me to like take out the trash, go drop off my sisters to school and all this other stuff. I'm like, I didn't go to school to get a degree and just to come back home. And my mama telling me to do all this stuff. Like, nah, forget that. Like, I'm moving. So decided I'm moving 2 weeks into moving back home to Houston, Texas. And truthfully, that's like where my whole sales career started. And a lot of life lessons started right there too. So I ended up joining this industry. Well, I'll tell you this, I was actually going to Houston because I wanted to get into the management training program for enterprise. I don't know if you know about that or not, but yeah, so I was like trying to do the whole enterprise route. And listen, like I was just like so excited about it. Went through 2 interviews, didn't get it. And so at this point, I had an apartment out there. I got my car, I got all this other stuff, and I got like real life bills to take care of. So I'm panicking just a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Like I got money that's saved up. I'm fine. We fast forward about a month later. I ended up finally just saying the hell with it. I got a job. It was similar. Excuse me. It was similar, but it was with this guy named, and he's still my mentor to this day, but his name is Gary Robinson. He was running this thing called a management training program as well. But the whole purpose of the business was to be able to take you from doing direct sales and then teaching you the back end of a business, and then just kind of going from there. So there were steps into getting to where I want to be. So my first step was obviously just going out having face-to-face interaction with clients. So I was that guy that you was probably dodging at Sam's Club, trying to ask you who do you got for your TV and internet, because I was the direct TV guy. In Houston, it was actually Xfinity, but so I was doing that. And it's so crazy because like my first week I zeroed, second week I was like 3 days in, and I literally was just zeroing every single day. And quite frankly, this was a commissions only job, right? So like I had no choice but to like really get after it. And at that time, I didn't have the mindset that I have right now. As a matter of fact, I'll never forget. It was that Wednesday. It was a Wednesday right before the Super Bowl. I called my mom. I was like, listen, like, and again, I probably was using some profanity, but that's beside the point. But I was like, Mom, listen, this ain't it. Like, I think I'm gonna come back home. go ahead and start training again, try to do this overseas thing again. Cause like this ain't working at all. Like I'm about to get evicted. Like it's bad, right? Like I've never seen an eviction notice until I got out on my own. And so my mom let me ramble, do what I do. And she said, well, I guess, I didn't raise a quitter, so I guess they'll see you in the office tomorrow, right? And I was like, here she go doing the mama stuff again. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, they're gonna see me in the office tomorrow. And so I went into the office. Listen, I prayed the morning before, came in with a better mentality. I was super excited that Thursday came around. And Grady, I want you to take a guess of how many sales I got that day.
5.
0.
Okay.
0 again. So the mama didn't work. The mama talk didn't work. Prayer didn't work at that time. And I'm just like, man, like, what am I doing? Like, this is not working. But I'll never forget it. It was literally Super Bowl Sunday. My mentor had invited me over to his house. And he was like, man, listen, like, you got to understand this sales thing is almost like playing ball or playing on the football field, which is, when you're out talking to people, there's a such thing called the law of averages, which is at the end of the day, you got to figure out how many no's is it going to take in order for you to get a yes. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, break it down like this. If you are going against LeBron, I tell a story all the time, but he was like, if you're going against LeBron James, right? Y'all at the Staples Center, now it's crypto arena, but y'all at the Staples Center, and LeBron gets 10 shots from the 3-point line. You get 100 shots. Who's going to win? Had to think about it because I was like, obviously I want to say LeBron, that's my favorite player, but I'm like, nah, like I get 100 shots, I'm gonna win, obviously, right? And so that moment was when it clicked, where it's like, regardless of where you're at or what you're trying to do or how you're trying to be successful, like you can't cheat the learning curve, right? And so as a brand new person, I'm looking at everybody else and I'm like, well, I want you to send me to this store. I want you to send me with this person. And I'm just blaming everything else without blaming myself. And, I came to realization real quick that you have to put in the work and understand that there's going to be a lot of no's before you get your yes. Once you get your yes, now you have your ratio of how many no's you need in order to get a yes. And so once I made that click, I literally shrunk it to where it's like, you know what? All right, cool. It took me 120 no's to get one sale. All right, next time I'm gonna try to shoot for 100. Next time I'm gonna try to shoot for 80. And it literally just started clicking like that to where, at that time I'd set the record for the fastest time being done throughout the management training program, which was 4.5 months. So ended up going from not knowing anything or doing anything with, face-to-face sales to learning how to, once I mastered myself, now I'm learning how to build a team. How can I teach somebody else how to do it? Then I'm learning the back end of the business. Then I started opening up offices and it was great. I got burnt out on that career though, right? I got burnt out. It was 6-7 days out of the week. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm a workaholic. So like I didn't know how to pace myself at all. It was just like, Tre Howe, you go 100 miles per hour, that's it. Right. And it wasn't good for me. And so ended up leaving that career. And it's so crazy how it happened, but it was literally right after COVID. Ended up leaving that career and started with solar. And so I was working with Momentum Solar for a while. Never necessarily had to go out into the field and knock on doors unless I was helping train somebody. But I came into a managerial role in Dallas, Texas, and then ended up eventually getting promoted into like an assistant regional where I was looking over 2 different cities in Texas, and then eventually got promoted. This was 2023. 2022. I'm so sorry. Got promoted to come here to Florida and run the whole state of Florida, as well as Georgia and Alabama, and be a regional director for them. So loved every bit of that. Was making really good money, at least I thought at that time, right? Making 105,000 plus commissions on literally every single sale that goes on in all of the cities that we represented. So it was great. I was salary, right? So loved it. However, there's always a however, right? Corporate America, me and corporate America really don't get along too well. And that's nothing, no shade to them, right? I say this often and I'll continue to say it, which is this. Number one, there's not a person in this world besides myself that can tell me how much I'm worth. You can't put a dollar amount behind my work ethic because I guarantee you I can outwork anybody in corporate America, but if they're higher than me, they're going to get paid more. I never liked that at all. And then I'm a traveler. I like to travel, Grady. I'm Caribbean as well. I didn't say that at the beginning, but I'm Caribbean too. So like I have a house back at home in Antigua that's being built right now and everything. Like so, like I'm big. I'm big on traveling, and I'll never forget. This was 2023. 2023, right around my birthday in March. I flew out to Paris to go see one of my best friends. He's still over there playing right now, but I go over there every year to go see him play around my birthday. So I went over there, came back, and my company wasn't happy that I left, and I was gone for 2 weeks. Now, granted, I had the number one region in our whole organization, but they were upset because I left. And at that moment, I knew right then. I was like, nah, I'd rather go back to the entrepreneur side and say the hell with this, because this isn't good for me. I don't like that. I don't like being restricted. Like if I bust my butt and work hard, I should be able to also reap the benefits of that too, right? And so ended up stepping away. This was literally April of 2023, and I was technically in corporate America. I was jobless until about August of 2023. My girlfriend, at the time, she was like, "Yo, I know this guy. His name was Drake Sanders. He runs Financially Fluent. Like he's really good. Like I think you should do it. It's insurance." I looked at her and I was like, I used to recruit insurance agents. Why on God's green earth would I go sell insurance? Right? I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like you crazy. There's no way, right?
Way, bro.
There's always a way, right? so I'm like, nah, you tripping. There's no way. Not me. Anyway, she sweet talked me into doing it, and I was like, you know what? I mean, it's fully commissioned anyway, so I might as well just take the test, lock in. I passed the test in like 5 days after getting the study material because I wasn't doing anything anyway. I was like, you know what? I mean, it can't hurt. Like while I'm looking for another job, it's not going to hurt. And got started. Got that first commission check. I'll never forget. It popped up on my phone. It came from Mutual of Omaha. That comes around like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And I was like, I'm gonna give it another week. I think I'll try it again. Why not? Kept going, right? And obviously, going throughout my career, started off, pretty hot because I was a warm market like guru, I guess you could say at that time. So I was literally pitching people, right? Like, and I even tell my new people this, right? Like, I used to literally talk to my family, my friends, even people on social media and be like, hey, listen, I'm starting a brand new career. I really don't know if it's going to work out or not. I do want to just try this pitch with you. You just let me know if you would buy or not. Okay. And once they be like, yeah, I pretty much got them at that point. So they didn't know that, but I go ahead and go through my pitch. And then at the very end, they'd be like, wait, Trey, that was good. But like, I actually want that. So like, can I get that? And literally took off. My first month, I ended up doing 26,000 IP. Second month, 23,000 IP. Then third month is when the hardship hit, because I mean, yeah, you can have a warm market, but eventually it's gonna dry up. Like I don't know that many people. Like I'm well known as far as like the basketball community and whatnot, but not enough to just keep going and never have to buy leads. So ended up having to buy leads, and that's where the the gratitude and understanding like it was more work to be done came in pretty quickly. So had to become a student all over again, really understanding like how to get people on the phone. Like I was calling these leads and I'm doing this, and I was that person that was always like, these leads suck, they're horrible, I want those leads, I want to buy those leads, how much are those leads, let's do those leads. And again, I fell into the same thing that I did with my first direct sales job, which I'm trying to blame everything else instead of taking accountability for myself, right? And so understanding that if you're going to be a big student of the game, I found this out. I actually heard this from one of my mentors, but I was always told that the best ability is availability, right? And like if I'm available to be real with myself and understand I have to have time to really settle in and get really good at this damn thing called sales over the phone, telesales, I have to be available mentally to be able to collect all of the information I need to, and then go out and actually apply it. Right. So obviously just networking like crazy. I'm always looking at the leaderboard because I started off with FFL. So I was always looking at the leaderboard. I had Elijah Goins at that time in my organization. He was phenomenal. But I'm just always looking at different people, and I'm like, yo, like I got to talk to this person. I got to talk to this person. I'm writing down notes. I'm doing these type of calls. And I was just eager to get better because it's like, when you get behind something that you genuinely are happy about, which is life insurance, because I'm just going to be honest with you, Grady. I come from a culture where like it's not really talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like we are in like my culture and like my people back home in Arkansas, we don't really care about life insurance. We don't care until somebody gets older, or somebody's about to die, or they get sick, right? And then what I found out was like, man, that's too late. Like there's so many benefits to actually having life insurance. And so, me learning that early on within my career, I got very passionate behind it to where it was like I wanted to educate. I wanted to, be able to tell people more about life insurance, regardless if it was an IUL, if it was just final expense, or if it was mortgage protection term, whatever. Right. Like I got really excited about this. So I fell in love with the grind of being able to just say, you know what, I'm gonna put in the time now, right? I'm gonna do what I need to do, and then eventually, things start to click. I'll never forget. It was October 14th. Things start to click pretty well. The rest was history. That's why I'm here.
Bro, fantastic story and so many lessons. And I've picked out two things that I in myself called like life's defining moments. And one was when you went home to live back with your mom for 2 weeks, and she's having you take out the trash and do stuff around the house.
Yeah.
It was your sister you're driving her around?
Yeah. I got twin sisters, and then I got a 15. Well, she's 5 years younger than me, but at that time she was like 15, 16.
Yeah, but mom's job is to delegate and get stuff done. And she's like, well, you're here, you're not doing much, so do these things. And
Right.
but the thought process you had and the maturity you had my times, I love my mom, I love my family, but my time's more valuable than this. My job now is to go plant seeds and go eventually harvest. I need to go make money. And I love my family, but I'll come home, but this is my time to go. So
Right.
that was a big moment for you, because some people they get caught up in the minutia of life and they go, well, I'm doing stuff. Are you making money? Are you making progress? Are you making dials? Are you growing as a person?
Right.
And the second one was when you went and visited your buddy in Paris and you took off. #1 team, #1 region, top manager. I've got money saved up. I've done good work for you. I've set all these people up. I want to go off take a little vacation. You didn't leave for 2 months. You left for 2 weeks, 10 working days. You take off. And I'm sure you were still responding to texts. I'm sure you were still working, but you weren't in the office or whatever they're requiring you for. You come back home and they treat you like you're some low-level peon that just, left spoiled food in the fridge. You're like, it's like, and that's a huge moment too. There's many people that have good careers making money, but they fall victim to what others will tolerate or dictate. I often say is that many people will take what the minimum amount they will be paid before they'll quit. And so the philosophy in that is, for you, you're like, I'm worth more. And how many people are on here now that have made the decision they're worth more? How many people have decided to go seek more? And dude, that's just like the way you just told that is something that anyone can resonate, but are they mature enough or driven enough or mentally disciplined enough to make the hard choices, to get out of a situation that they love being in, but they know they need to flourish, and to get out of an environment where they're not respected and treated, and to take the talents they've developed and to go build something else. So, dude, I love it. So congratulations on everything so far. And I can't wait to see the rest of the story. So, I mean, I'm excited. So, but here's what we know. My man can sell. And so, so will you help us unpack, like, what do you like, just from numerical standpoint? People go, well, what did you spend on leads? Okay, we'll give you some numbers. And then what do you say? Like, because that's the thing that all these people are out here watching now, watching on YouTube going, I want to make $100,000 a month, issue $100,000 a month. But I don't know what word he must have the secret scripts, right? So, and you're like, dude, I dial a lot of people, but you have some unique things that maybe you say. So if you can kind of get into leads, get into what you say, and let's kind of, take this to the next segment, dude. But that first part was amazing.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Like, first things first, when it comes to leads, I'm a firm believer in there's no such thing as a bad lead. Like sometimes like you just have to work on your craft and get better. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at the age leads, for example, like the way Morgan and Ryan are coaching me to bring in new people. And I love the system. And I quite frankly, I know they won't mind me spilling the sauce or whatever it is, but it's just like, you want to start your people off on age leads. Just to show that they can, have some type of skin in the game. But the way that you word, the leads that they're working is everything, right? Like I never say that these are bad leads. Like, no, these are leads that were worked by bad reps, by
Ooh.
bad agents. Like that's just what it is, right? Like these aren't bad leads. No, the agents that were working them are bad leads. And so it's if you can close one or two or three or four of these, oh man, the sky's the limit. Tre Howe, who? No, we're gonna be talking about you. Like that's just really what it is, right? So you gotta understand there's no such thing as a bad lead. It's right. It's just like how bad do you want it? That's number one. So when it comes to my leads, I'm starting to generate my own leads now, which I'm very excited about. Thanks to Morgan and Ryan on that as well. I'm going to give them a lot of credit because
Give them all. They're awesome. I love Morgan and
they
Ryan.
they've literally changed my career in a matter of 2-3 months like none other. But again, I'm starting my own lead source now as far as being able to just provide leads within house of my organization to make sure that, my guys can come in and hit the ground running right away. But when it comes to leads, when I was on this run earlier this year, as well as, what I'm still on right now, I was spending anywhere between like 3 to 5 thousand a week.
Okay.
Reason why is because I'm just a firm believer that I'm not the best person at selling life insurance, and what I specialize in is IULs. So I don't think I'm the best at it, and you'll never hear me say that. But what I am, what I am is a hardworking man that's gonna bust my butt every single day to get where I need to be and make sure that I'm happy with it as well, right? So for me, spending 3 to 5 thousand a week was putting me in a position where I was typically bringing home anywhere between like 60, 70, 80 a month, and that's issue paid. And so a lot of people ask, well, what are you saying? Like, how are you doing? Or like, how are you able to convert all these people? I mean, my biggest thing is this: when you are pitching, right, or when you're talking to somebody, ask yourself, right, do you sound like everybody else? If you sound like everybody else, then quite frankly, that could be a problem. I don't want to sound like everybody else. I want to come off as a genuine person. Like forget, you know, life insurance, forget all this. How are you doing today? How's your day going? You good? Okay, perfect. I love to hear that. Listen, I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. I won't do no complaining, right? But anyway, within my first 30 seconds, I always tell my agents this, right? A person needs to know who you are, what are you doing, and why are you here? Or you could say, what purpose do you serve? Those are the three things that you should be going through within your first 15 to 30 seconds. Who are you? What are you doing? And like, why are you here? Or better yet, how can you help me? So I'm always introducing myself. Hey, this is Tre Howe. The reason why I'm reaching out is just because you had an inquiry talking about you wanted to build massive cash value through an IUL, and so I wanted to have a quick 5 to 10 minute chat with you, right? And when I'm saying like my word, I guess you could say grading my wordplay is crazy because I learned pretty early on that there's a such thing as like having the right suggestive language and having like the urgency to use certain words to push the conversation where you want it to go. And so I'm always asking questions that I know that they're going to say yes to, right? So like if I'm saying right like this, typically I say that within my first 30 seconds and they'll be like, okay, yeah, yeah. Is every customer like that? No, right? I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm far from that, right? But what I am saying is that I use these words and I never switch from it, regardless of who I'm talking to, because I gotta get the customer to do this. Once they sit back, now we're good. Now I could do what I need to do, right? But if I don't come off as a genuine person, if I come off salesy, or if I come off in my tone of voice is right, but the way I'm speaking is so fast, like, and I'm talking like this, and I'm trying to hurry up and get it out before they hang up on me, I sound like everybody else. Like nothing special about me. right? So in the introduction, I mean that's huge. That's the most important part. Now, obviously, you want me to stop right there, Grady? Or you want me to keep
I
going?
want you to. This is phenomenal. Keep going.
I
Expand
got
on.
you. I got you. I got you. So, obviously diving into more of the short story, that's where I like to explain the IUL, right? And me and Morgan literally just ran a training. It was last week. Matter of fact, I think it was last Thursday or Friday. We ran almost a 2-hour training just talking about how to explain the IUL and where most people that are doing IUL leads, where they go wrong. Why are you trying to oversell something that's already sold? Doesn't make sense. They already know what an IUL can do. Now, am I saying don't inform them? No, 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 no. You have to, right? I give a layout right from the jump. Like before we start explaining the IUL, Grady, this is what I say word for word. I'll be like this. Listen, first thing I got 3 goals in mind, Grady. The first thing I want to be able to do for you is this. I don't care if you researched it or not. I'm an information junkie. I love information. That's the reason why you reached out to me, because you want some type of information. So that's what I want to focus on first. I want to be able to explain the IUL, give you the benefits of it, and see if it's something that works for you and your family, right? Because I saw your goals, but none of that matters, because if I explain it, and let's say, for instance, it doesn't work for you, you can literally just be like, hey, Trey, I appreciate it, but I'm good. And I can't be upset about that. I literally say this word for word, by the way, guys. So I'm like, yeah, I can't be upset about that. But now let's say it is something that's for you, right? Then perfect. I am an insurance broker. I do represent over 20 A+ rating carriers. So I'm representing companies like, and then I start listing Mutual of Omaha, America, National Life Group. I talk about companies that they will know, right? And then the third and final thing that I get into is like, all right, and then after we customize the policy and again, make sure that it's structured the correct way that you want it to be, then the third thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and fill out the application, make sure that we can get you this approval. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to start paying today. If you want to, great. If not, that's okay. But what we're going to do is this. Once we're able to get you the approval, you're going to be able to tell me when you want everything to start. Okay. So, do you have any questions or concerns, or better yet, did I step on any toes, Grady? Like, did I lead you the wrong way? Again, I'm showing genuine. I'm trying to be genuine to them. And if you notice in that 30-second clip, minute or 45 seconds, whatever it was, I kept talking about their goals. If it's not something for you, let's get off the phone. If it doesn't meet your goals, let's get off the phone. I'm coming off different. I'm coming off different. Like I refuse to come at a person and just be like, hey, so yeah, I saw that you want to build retirement savings, and then you want to do this and you want to do that, and your budget is 300 to 500. Okay, cool. Let's get you $1 million pop. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm a genuine guy. So that's what I care about first, right? So we get through that. Once we get through that, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, perfect. That's fine. Now we go through the information. First thing I'm explaining about an IUL is this: it is permanent coverage, right? You're getting a whole life insurance policy. It's on steroids. That's number one. Number two, a lot of people utilize this as an investment vehicle. I'm gonna say that again, Grady. A lot of people utilize this as an investment vehicle. Grady, is an IUL a true investment?
It's you're not owning a stock, but you own your money's invested in an index. But
It acts as one, right? But it's
right,
not one because we don't
right,
have Series 7 to sell
correct,
stocks and bonds,
correct.
correct? So your verbiage is everything. You have to say it's an investment vehicle. Then you explain, oh my gosh, so now you could gain between 6 to 12% on average compounded interest and this and that. Like you explain all of that. Great, cool. Then we get into the third and final part. Okay, now I as far as the IUL, the third and final thing is that you do get living benefits. So God forbid, but if you get critical, terminal, or chronic illness, and unfortunately you're hospitalized for it, you will receive 80% of whatever your death benefit amount is up front while you're still alive to take care of your medical bills as well as your cost of living. The last 20% obviously be on reserve just in case you pass away. You got to make sure you have some type of burial coverage too. It takes me 2 minutes max to explain the IUL. Do you hear me talking about Tamar 7 pay? Do you hear me talking about MEC? Do you hear me talking about this? Do you hear me talking about overfunding? Do you hear me talking about that? No. Why? Because this conversation needs to be simple until they want it to get difficult. It needs to be simple because once you try to over explain the IUL, for example, What's the first thing they're gonna say, Grady?
And you think
Well,
about it.
I need to go think about it. Let me go talk to the wife.
Research.
Can we reschedule this call for next week? Like, so I just did all that explaining for no reason. People love, and again, and it's sometimes not even new agents. It can sometimes be, some vets. We love to get on the illustrations and be like, hey, here's the illustration. So this is what your cat. Listen to what they want. They might not even care about cash value. They might just want a death benefit. Right. And so again, once we go through explaining the IUL, now I'm like, all right, cool. So now that we explain the IUL, Grady, do you have any immediate questions or concerns about that? Or better yet, how do you feel like this fits within your goals and what you're trying to accomplish? So as I asked that, they're like, oh, yeah, that fits perfect. Again, I'm bringing up their goals. There's a reason why I'm doing that, right? Because I want to get to the application. The ultimate goal is for me to get to the application. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is this. Like I told you, I'm an insurance broker. So I do represent all these different carriers. So I'm going to pull up my quota. I'm going to see, what I can do for you, right? So I see you're out in California and you're 37 years old. Not you, Grady. Chill out. But I see you out in okay. I see you out in California. You're 37 years old. Great. All right. So now, do you smoke tobacco or weed? No. All right. Great. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything, right? I do want to hear from you. I see again, you put that your primary goal was that you want to build massive cash value. I love that. Sometimes I ask people this question and they change it, right? So, which side of the fence are you on, or are you dead smack in the middle? Do you really want to just build massive cash value and just, have a retirement savings set up? Or are you trying to leave back generational wealth? Or Grady, are you in the middle where you want to do a little bit of both? Most of the time, what do my clients say? I'm thinking a little bit of both. Like everybody cares about the kids. Well, I hope so. Right. Like, so they go a little bit of both. Perfect. Now I know how to structure the IUL already. Right. Why am I asking that? Because let's say for instance, Grady fills out an app and a survey. He says that his budget is $500 a month, but his goal is to build massive cash value. But I go get him $1 million policy. Am I the right agent for Grady? No, because I'm worried about my own pockets. I'm saying forget Grady and what his goal is because I want to fill up my own pockets. That's BS. That's BS. Because you have to put the client first. When you put the client first, that's when you start hearing about this word called referrals. That's when you start 10xing your money off of one lead. You might have paid $30 for that lead, but you don't realize that $30 could have also turned into X amount of dollars due to the fact that you did the right thing to that client and made sure that it was structured the correct way. And now, look, now you got 5 different referrals, right? So again, you have to listen to what they want. If you customize it based off of how they want it and what they want, you're going to forever have a person. It reduces chargebacks. How many of you guys like chargebacks? I don't. I told Morgan earlier this morning, I was like, I think this might be the long. I've literally it's almost a month. I went almost a month without a chargeback.
What'd you change?
Everything.
Well, what okay.
No, I got you, great. But I'm just saying, like everything. Why? Because number one, again, if you don't put the client first, then you're screwing yourself. And you have to really deep dive. Like one huge change that I made is I started to deep dive even more into people's money situation. You're not going to tell me that you make $60,000 a year, but you're ready to overfund a IUL for $500 a month.
Yeah.
I took that completely out. Like now this has been a change since June technically, but I've constantly wanted to make sure that I've gotten better at this because it's like 60,000, but you got 500. So either you're doing something illegal or you're lying to me. Which one? I'm gonna say that you lying to me. I'm not gonna say you're doing something illegal. I don't want you to get locked up. Obviously, I'm not saying this to the people, but this is my thoughts. So now when I get to the application and let's say we're filling that part out, I'm just going to flat out tell them right then and there, listen, based off of what your annual salary is, they're not going to approve you for that. I do apologize, but They're just not. They're not going to approve you for that. Now, is that true? No, but you have to really make people think about what they can afford and what's reasonable. I don't want to push anybody to pay anything. And something else that I've been saying as of late is this: is like there's two important things that I'll say. Number one is this: the best policy in the world right now is an active policy. I don't want to get you something where 3-4 months from now you're gonna be like, "Hey Trey, I need to cancel that," or "Hey Trey, I need to move the payment." "Hey Trey, I need." I don't want that. And the second thing I say is, listen, if it was between life insurance, well, your IUL, and then Netflix, Hulu, and going out to dinner, going out partying, I would hope that life insurance would become first before all of that. Right. So again, how can we make life insurance reasonable to where when it comes to Netflix, Hulu, and all that other stuff, if it has to go, it has to go because this is more important. And they resonate with that, and they like you, Grady. You'll be surprised how many people have thanked me for that. I've talked so many people off in the past 2-3 months off of trying to pay like $300, $400, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, just because it sounds sexy. Like just because it sounds sexy doesn't mean it is, right? Like I'd rather you have something that you can actually afford every single month, right, without stressing about it. So I talked them down. We'll do like the base pay is like $100, $120 or whatever, but then they're paying maybe like 200, 220, but they're overfunded and they're thinking I went from 500 a month to 220. Like this guy's the hookup guy. That's why somebody must have been in my other training, but I was like, I've been called the hookup guy so many times in insurance in the past 3 months. Like it's ridiculous. I'm like, hey, yeah, save my number. My name is Trey the hookup guy. I'm cool with it. Like
That's good.
I like to make people feel good. Like that's what it is, right? So yeah, Grady. I mean, that's really it. But then of course, we can still keep going through the app. So like once obviously I customize the app, do all that stuff, then we could use America. I love America. So we could go with America. When I'm going through the America app, I purposely skip the social on purpose. Why? Because in the conversations before, and again, I know I skipped this earlier, but I'm meant to bring this up at this point. Is just I always bring it back to the fact that when I ask for the social, there's a reason behind it. I let them know this. Listen, you have to confirm your identity. Now, with this, it has nothing to do with your credit, but it has everything to do with your driving record, your criminal history, as well as your medical background. Okay. So, excuse me, before we confirm anything, I do want you to be honest with me, right? How is your driving record? Is it good? Do you have any DUIs? Anything like that? No? All right, perfect. How's your criminal history? Because I know they're going to ask, have you had any felonies in the past 10 years? Great. All right. Third thing, medical history. How is it? Like, are you completely healthy? Are you on prescribed medications? Or better yet, have you ever been on prescribed medications before? And maybe you just didn't go pick them up at the pharmacy. Talk to me. It's so funny I'm bringing this up because my guy John Diaz, he was at my house yesterday and he was recording me, and it's on Instagram now, but whatever. Like he was recording me and I was acting like I was taking notes on what a client was saying, but I have really good memory, so it's like I don't need to take the notes. But like you want to take notes on that, and then I reiterate it back to him and say it again just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And then once they hear that, then I'm like, all right, perfect. Go ahead and confirm your social. I don't get pushback.
Yeah. Purpose behind it.
I don't get pushback. Why? Because if you want me to be completely honest, I set up that you was gonna have to give me your social when I broke down the three things that we were going to go through today anyway, which was information, customization, and then the application. So you knew this was coming, right? So we fast forward, we go through everything, then we get to the banking part, right? When we get to banking, Grady, on the America application, it doesn't ask anything about money laundering. It doesn't ask anything about um, bankruptcy or anything like that. But Tre Howe talks about it. I do.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, oh, okay, looks like you're going to get approved for a $300,000 policy. You're going to be paying $250 a month. You're going to be overfunding this as well. This is phenomenal for you. Looks like we're going to be able to get you approved. It's not official yet, but they're asking for a start date. So remember earlier today, I told you you didn't necessarily have to start it today, but what they came back with, what the underwriters came back with is this. You have two options. You can either start it today or you can start on your next payday. Which one? I only give them two options, Grady. When I first started, I used to literally, I
Whoa.
was the 30-day guy. I was the 30-day guy back when I first started. But guess what them 30 days turned me into? Chargeback Central. I'm here to be honest. Like I'm not here to like act like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a perfect road. Like no, like my quality used to be terrible. I'm here to say it. It was terrible, right? But being able to learn through experience and just going through it, like I knew I had to get better at something, and that was another main point that I had to get better at, to where I only gave two options. Morgan told me this, and again, it clicked, even though I was already doing it, but it clicked. She was like, listen, it should never take somebody 30 days to decide if they need life insurance or not. Either if it takes 30 days, one or two things is wrong. The price is too high, or you didn't give enough information. It's
Excellent.
that simple.
Excellent.
There's no in between, right? So again, they'll tell me what date. Perfect. So now I get into asking, all right, well, listen, you're going to be the payer on the account, right? They'd be like, yes. Okay, cool. And you've never been convicted of money laundering or filed for bankruptcy in the past 2 years, right? And they always laugh and be like, no. I'm like, all right, great. Just making sure. There's a reason why I asked that. Why? Because the next question is what? What's your banking, right? So what I ask is, listen, all right, so which bank do you bank with? And they'd be like, all right, so I bank with this bank. Cool. The whole time they don't know it, but I'm searching up the routing number for that bank in that state. And I'm like, all right, cool. So it looks like America is partners with Bank of America. And you said this is out in Cali. All right, perfect. So the routing number is this. Now, granted, before I get into saying the routing number, I'm like, can you go ahead and pull up your account information? Because I do want to make sure and confirm that this is the correct routing number. They'd be like, all right, hold on. They'll go ahead and do it. Sometimes do I get a pushback? Yes, guys. This doesn't work every time, but majority of the time it works. If I had to say a percentage, 92. I'm gonna be honest, right? So I asked them, and then Grady, when I read off the routing number, I mess up the last one on purpose to see if they're gonna lie to me or tell me the truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll be like, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 6, 4, 2, 1. And the whole time I'm looking at it, and I have two on the screen, but I said one on purpose to see if they're gonna tell me the truth or not. I hate chargebacks. I hate them. I've had a person that literally tried to argue me down that the wrong routing number was right. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm a save this if you're okay with it, and I'm a talk to Amerigo tomorrow to see like why am I getting such a glitch, because right now it's not registering at all. It's okay to walk away from sales sometimes.
Amen.
Everybody's not meant to be a customer, and I figured that out the hard way. So for me, I'm like, yeah, I'll say the wrong number on purpose, like wrong. I don't care. So once I say it, cool. And then they repeat it back to me and it's right. Perfect. Now go ahead and read off that account number. And it's just like nonchalant. And they do it.
Yep.
Then we go through everything. We get to the end. They get approved. This is Grady. I think this part right here is probably the most underrated part. And that's the reason why I had to sit up, because it's like, it's easy to fill out an application and do the sale. But if you don't tidy it up, people will have buyer's remorse. They will.
Okay.
They will. Like if they got to answer to their wife or their husband and they did that without them, trust and believe. Yeah, it's very possible. So for me, what do? I let them know there's three things that's going to happen, right? First thing is this. Congratulations to you. I'm about to give you a pop quiz, right? That's the first thing I let them know. I'm giving you a pop quiz. I got to make sure you understood everything we did today. Listen, I understand you're 37. My bad, but I got to take you back to grade school real quick. So we're going to go through a pop quiz. I will have my assistant shoot you over a text message saying congratulations with all of the details of the policy, but also how to create your online presence. And the third thing is also have a finder's fee out there. If you ever, think somebody that wants to have life insurance as well, you can obviously send over the information and then I can give you a finder's fee. And if they get it, great. If they don't, that's okay as well. Right. People don't always take advantage of that. Right. However, that's just something I throw out there. Now, when it comes to the pop quiz, these are 6 questions I always ask every single time. I'll try to go through them slow so everybody can remember. Okay. So the first question I'm asking is this. All right, Grady, you ready for this policy? You ready for this pop quiz? You'd be like, yeah. All right, perfect. So first question I got for you is this. What is the name of the company that we ended up getting you approved with for today? They'd be like, Miracle Financials. There you go. Great job. I'm so proud of you. 1 for 1. You're hot. All right. Second question. Which type of policy did we end up getting you approved with for today? I'll give you a hint. It's 3 letters. They'd be like, oh, yeah. The IUL. I was like, what does it stand for? Index Universal. Oh my God, you are on fire right now. I didn't know you was gonna be this good at the pop quiz. I probably would have made it a little bit harder. But anyway, third question. How much coverage did we end up getting you approved with for today? They'd be like 300,000 or whatever their coverage is. Man, you're on fire. I'm still hyping them up, making them feel good. Fourth question, right? How much are you going to be paying on a monthly basis? They'll tell me it. Oh my gosh, you're so great. I'll be hyping them up. Fifth question. When does this policy go into effect? When is your first payday? They tell me it. Oh my God, that's great. And then I get quiet and I'll be like, all right, Grady. The final question is this. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you this. If you get this wrong, I might have to hang up. Okay. But the last question and the most important question is this. What is the name of your favorite insurance agent? They be like, Tre Howe. I'm like, like I'd be excited, right? They don't get to see me like that, but like the hand motion and the smiling and all this stuff, like people don't even realize, Grady, that that's also important. Yeah, they can't see me, but they can feel me. Yeah. Right? People feel me smiling through the phone. People feel my excitement, and I genuinely get excited when they go 6 for 6.
For sure.
So as far as the sales like that, yeah, that's what it is, man. I hopefully I didn't take too long on that, but
no.
That's important.
Tre, Tre, are you ready to build a massive empire here?
I have no choice.
There, all right. That's a great start. Okay, so let's just chat for a second about this. One, thank you. That was fantastic. The detail, the specificity, how much you shared, etc. And I want to reflect on a few things for everybody that's out there. Is Tre used words today like massive cash value, information junkie, step on any toes, whole life on steroids. Tre is very skilled with words. Why? Well, he's been in the sales field or front run communicating with people for years. I wouldn't doubt that Tre also doesn't read a lot, isn't a big into personal growth, whether that's in audiobooks or videos. And I wouldn't also doubt that he doesn't have mentors that he counsels continuously to learn words or learn things. Now, for you as a new agent that's sitting out there with a man as sharp as a tack with 400 pairs of shoes back there going, I'm not him. I can't do that. I'll tell you though, the guy who started at wherever it was, Walmart selling Xfinity 7 years ago, didn't think that he would be who he is today, but he looks back and he's so freaking proud of the guy that didn't give up. That's the difference between where you are as a new agent and where Tre is today and where Tre is going, is the decision to choose to get better. You can choose to read more books. You can choose to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. You can choose to go on YouTube, check out a YouTube channel called Charisma on Command, how to communicate better. You can choose to do those things. And within that, your vocabulary will expand. The way you communicate will expand. Your empathy will expand. And you will be able to be creative in your own right on how to create a unique one-off experience for your clients to fall in love with you, to go months without chargebacks, and to simply care with some fun to the point where, dude, I've never heard a pop quiz before. I've never heard that. I never heard half the stuff you did. Start today or your next payday, right? There's so much great uniqueness that you've created, but it's come on the back of other pain, other sales experiences, other mentors you've had, other sales reps you learned from, that you haven't made the money that you make today.
Yep.
That's the thing, guys. Don't compare your chapter 1 with Tre's chapter 17. There's 100 chapters in the book, though. We got a long way to go.
Yep.
So just like, I'm so proud, to take that for what your mom's proud, your girlfriend's proud, your son's proud. He just sees you as daddy right now.
Yeah.
Guys, like, just keep going. This is a man who didn't give up when it got hard. He fortunately had a mom that said, I didn't raise no quitter. And he showed up at the office the next day and offered again. But eventually got those sales and became a champion.
Yep.
So that's it. There's so many of you on here that are looking for a way out or looking for an excuse instead of looking to get better. And I challenge each and every one of you to take the mindset of Tre and look each and every day to get better. Who can you counsel? How hard can you push? Who's looking at you to make it happen? Because, you know, you did a lot of this without a family. And now, dude, you got a baby boy. Oh, there's a nut. You found 7th gear now. Like, it's just,
Absolutely.
it's go time. So, Tre, thank you for sharing this. But at the same time, all the agents that are watching this, be inspired by his journey. And he told it specifically about how he didn't just arrive here. It was a daily choice to get up and choose to get better. And I challenge you to choose. But I'm going to pass it to you, brother. Close us out with whatever you want to share, because this was a fantastic call. And while he's doing it, drop a TH in the chat below and light this thing up. And if you want it, you got a favorite emoji, throw that in there too. So, Tre, what are your final thoughts, everybody out here?
Yeah, I mean, final thoughts is this, guys. You know, love, you know, speaking on calls like this. And I was also one of those individuals that did the exact same thing. Talked about this on True Talk when I was flown out to CT for the podcast. But, you know, I'll leave you guys with 2 things. Number one is this. You have to understand, if you're not applying the knowledge that you learned today, you're doing yourself a disservice. Everybody can write stuff down. Everybody can put notes in their phones. But if you don't take massive action behind it, you're going to be in the same position that you were last year or this year, next year, right? Like, you're always going to be stagnant due to the fact that you don't want to get off your behind and go work. I didn't get here by being the best talented or the charisma guy and all. No, like this, like Grady said, it's taken a lot of work in order for me to get to where I'm at, right? And I understand that there's still a lot more work that has to be done in order for me to go be great, right? So again, you have to be able to apply the knowledge, not just have the knowledge, but go apply it. And the last thing I'll leave you with is this, is at the end of the day, nothing changes if nothing changes. Amen. Appreciate you, Grady.
Appreciate you too, bro, man. I'm excited. I'm cheering you on. Let's go, bro. This is going to be a meteoric run. We need you. We need more people to learn from you. We need more people to be inspired by you. And thank you for your time. Thank you for all you shared, and just keep going, man. Keep leading, keep inspiring, and success is certain. So
I appreciate it.
Have an amazing day. Thank you.
Sir.
All right, everybody. This was welcome. We're back. We're back live, and phenomenal call. Next week's going to be great. And I'm just so grateful for Tre and grateful for you investing the time in yourself and choosing to get better. This is where it goes. And just like Tre said, write it down, but now implement it. Your goal from this conversation is now the call you're about to get on. Use some of these things that he taught you. So grateful for you. Grateful for Tre. We're going to have an amazing closeout to the year. And we'll end with this. Here's your moment of Zen. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Notice that the moment you start getting close to your breakthrough, life suddenly pushes harder against you. The doors slam shut. The money slows down. Friend disappear. Doubt creeps in. And it feels like the universe is testing every ounce of your strength. Listen carefully. This is not failure. This is the test before success. This is life's way of asking you, do you really want what you say you want? Every diamond is formed under pressure. Every warrior is forged in fire. Every great leader is shaped by resistance. And so are you. Right now, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. You're being refined, stretched, and shaped into the person who can actually hold the success you've been dreaming of. And here's the truth. The test always comes before the triumph. The silence always comes before the spotlight. The struggle always comes before the breakthrough. So if you feel pressed, challenged, even broken, it's not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. Welcome to today's journey, why you're being tested before your success. There is a hidden law of success that most people never understand. And because they don't understand it, they give up too soon.